everyone. This is in continuation to solving of December 2024 question of CMA Foundation. Subject is Business Mathematics and Statistics. This is part 8. The probability of getting 52 Sundays in a leap year is what? So the possibilities of those, first of all, 52 Sundays in a leap year. So leap year will have 366 days that can be splitted into 52 weeks, which will have 7 days each. That means this is 364. The rest will be your 2 days. So these 2 days can be like Sunday, Monday, Monday, Tuesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday, Friday, Friday, Saturday, Saturday, Sunday. Now, this question says that getting exactly 52 days, which means among these 7 possibilities, in 2 possibilities, Sunday comes. These 2 possibilities, Sunday comes. We have to ignore that. That means the required probability will be 5 out of 7. Only 5 pairs of the data are not having Sundays, so that you get exactly 52 days. That will be the solution for this. Let us move on to the next 42nd question. If an unbiased coin is tossed 3 times, find the probability of getting at least 2 heads. So now here sample space will be, let us write first 2 coins tossing sample space, HH, HT, TH, TT. Then let me repeat that in the next row. Now in the first row, end everything with head. Second row, end everything with the tail. Now the question is talking about getting at least 2 heads, minimum 2 heads. So it has got 3 heads, this has got 2 heads, 2, this is single, I should not consider. This is 2, single, single, no. So the possibilities, the favorable outcomes are this, 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 and this. Means required probability is 4 out of 8, which is nothing but 1 by 2. So the option is option D. Let me move on to the next question. A box contains 5 red and 3 white balls. 2 balls are drawn at random simultaneously from the box. Find the probability of getting 2 same color balls. Let me shift this to the next page. So if it has to be same color balls, either it should be red, both the balls, or both the balls should be white. That means the required probability will be, totally there are 8 balls. You are going to draw 2 balls out of it. That will be your total possible outcomes. Favorable outcome is it should be of same color. So 5 choose 2, that is from red color, or 3 choose 2, that is white color. So 5C2 is 5 into 4 by 2. Since there is R in between, put addition. 3C2 is nothing but 3C1. 3C1 is 3 divided by 8C2 is 8 into 7 by 2. So this is 10 plus 3, 13 divided by 4 into 7, 28. So 28 by 13 by 28, which is option A. Let us move on to the next question. If probability of A is 2 by 3, probability of B is 1 by 2, and probability of B given A is 4 by 9, then what is probability of A given B? So first of all, probability of B given A is given as 4 by 9. B given A is probability of A intersection B divided by probability of A. Means we know probability of B given A is 4 by 9. Probability of A intersection B is unknown. but we know probability of A is 2 by 3. So we can find out from this probability of A intersection B as by cross multiplying these two, 4 by 9 multiplied by 2 by 3. That will give us 8 by 27. Now we need to find out what is probability of A given B. That will be probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B. Probability of A intersection B is just calculated. We calculated just now, it is 8 by 27. Probability of B is 1 by 2. So this will give you 8 by 27 into 2 by 1, which will be 16 by 27. So that is our option C. Let us move on to the next. An unbiased coin is tossed thrice. If the first toss gets head, what is the probability of getting only one more head? So let me write the sample space for tossing three times, and one coin is tossed three times. So HH, first I will write 2 coins, sample space. Repeat that. I mean, this is one coin tossed twice. Now I will write everything with H in the first row. Then everything tail in the second row. Now what is the question says? The first toss gets a head. So first toss gets a head is this, and this. Means there are 4 possibilities where first toss gets a head. So required probability. Total possible outcomes is 4. What is the probability of getting only one more head? So this won't be there. Getting one more head, this will be there. One more head, this will be there. This won't be there. So you get 2 favorable outcomes. That means 1 by 2 is the required solution, which is 0.5. So that is our question 45. Let us move on to the next. Given summation of P naught Q naught, which is equal to 196, summation P naught Q1 324, P1 Q naught 256, summation P1 Q1 441, where P naught Q naught is the base year's price and quantity, P1 Q1 is the current year's price and quantity. We need to find, I didn't write it, sorry. Then the Fisher's price index number is, so we have to find what is the Fisher's price index number. That is the question in full. So now Fisher's price index number, P01, which is index numbers denotion, we denote it by P01. And here I wrote F just to indicate it is Fisher's, will be square root of summation P1 Q naught divided by summation P naught Q naught. This multiplied by summation P1 Q1 divided by summation P naught Q1. The whole thing multiplied by 100. Now substitute those values. Root of P1 Q naught. P1 Q naught is 256 divided by P naught Q naught is 196. P1 Q1 is 441. And then P naught Q1 is 324 into 100. If we calculate that, we will get 133.33, which is our option D. I will remove because here there is only single digit. So it is 133.3, option D. Next, 47th question. Delay in the production of a factory due to sudden breakdown. Sudden breakdown in the sense unexpected breakdown of a machine. is naturally irregular variation. So it is option D. That will be the solution. Next one, find the 3-yearly moving average for the year 2023. So first we will find out 3-yearly moving total. 3-yearly moving total. Then after that, we will find out 3-yearly moving average. 3-yearly moving average. So first 3 years, 5 plus 6, 11, 11 plus 4.5, it is 15.5. Then 15.5, you subtract 5, so you get 10.5, and then add 5.5, you get 16. Then in 16, you subtract 4.5, and then you add 5, so you get 16.5. We are interested in finding the 3-yearly moving average for the year 2023, which means I will only do this calculation, 16.5. This is 16.5 divided by 3. So if we calculate this, we will get 5.5 is the average, which means our answer is option B. That will be the option. So here itself, I will say 5.5. Let me move on to the next question. Net monthly income of an employee was rupees 10,000 per month in 2010. The consumer price index was 80 in 2010 and become 240 in 2023. Calculate the additional dearness allowance, DA, in rupees to be paid to the employee if he has to be compensated. So it is new income will be original income multiplied by, new CPI divided by old consumer price index. So that will give you original income was 10,000. New CPI is 240. Old CPI is 80. So this will give us 30,000. And then we have to calculate the additional dearness allowance. Therefore, additional DA to be paid will be 30,000 minus 10,000. That will give you rupees 20,000. So it is option C. Let us move on to the next. The price of a commodity in the years 2010 and 2020 were rupees 40 and rupees 50 respectively. Find the price relative taking 2010 as base year. So price relative will be the current year's price, that is 50, divided by base year's price, multiplied by 100. If we calculate, we get 125, which means option A is the right option. So this completes our question paper of December 2024 of Business Mathematics and Statistics.